Hello and welcome back. I'm Lori Williams, and today I wanted to talk to you about how we get in our own way, how we get in our own head about certain things. And ultimately, this is based on literally something I've been going through all morning. I had a challenge in front of me that I needed to conquer it, and my mind has played massive amounts of tricks on me trying to convince me not to do it, even though it's like a means to an end, and the end is going to be perfect and beautiful and exactly what I want. I feel 100% in alignment with it. It's just the process really sucks. It feels hard. It's overwhelming. I have walked away from it more times than I care to count today. And I'm still not finished it. And I may not be finished. I don't even know if I will finish this thing at this point. But the reason I wanted to come on and share this is, I mean, first of all, if you want to laugh at me, go right ahead because I've been honestly too frustrated to laugh at myself. I'm laughing at myself now though. So if you want to laugh with me, and that's all this video does for you, then you know what, that's totally fine too. But the reason that I wanted to do this video is because I think a lot of the times we decide that something is hard and that it's not meant for us. It's just like, okay, well, life shouldn't be this hard. And you're right, life should not be like super complicated, super hard. We're not here to live a life of a lot of like really truly hard things. But when I put things into perspective, is it really that hard compared to other things I faced? Absolutely not. And what I realize is the reason why it's so hard, or why it feels hard for me, is because I've never done it before. This is all very, very new to me. It's something that, like I said, I feel very aligned with it, but it is still very, very new. And the point of it is that growth is hard. Growth truly is hard. It feels not aligned with us at times, even though we know on the other side of it whatever is waiting for us there does feel aligned. The process itself might not feel aligned with us. I mean, by lunchtime today, I was like seriously contemplating my life decisions and how horrible were they were. Like it was a day. But I allow myself to have those days, even though, yes, there's definitely times where I was trying to talk myself out of it. And I was like, okay, you know what? When there's this much resistance, it means that it's not aligned with me right now. Like I literally tried everything to talk myself out of it. And then I just had to face the realization that no, I want this too bad to stop. Even though this part sucks, I have to get through this part in order to be able to even have a possibility of getting to the end. So, like I said, the growth is going to be hard. The growth is going to, it might even feel like it's hurting. And like honestly, I'm just pretty sure at times, like I felt like I was going to die today, but my drama's over. I'm just going to be a little bit dramatic about it now, but the main part of it, I think, is definitely over. Because I come to the realization that we got to go through the hard. We have to go through the hard at times if it's what we truly want. I mean, if something is absolutely not aligned with you, then I mean, I think the point is to know the difference versus what are you just literally coming up against that brick wall about versus what are you just struggling with because you're just finding it challenging. That moment is challenging because you're growing in that moment. And I think figuring out the difference between those two and how that pertains to you is definitely the important part. Like I said, I mean, between this morning when I first came into my office and lunchtime, I had convinced myself that it was just not aligned. It wasn't meant to be. And then I forced myself to sit down and be like, okay, I know that this is what's on the other side of it. What's coming from this? Like, where is this coming from? And I realized it was just something that I had just something I have to go through. And it was actually, my coach, bless her heart, if you're watching this, you deserve a medal. And it comes down to it, like, I bugged her so much today because I felt like I was constantly on the brink of just giving it up. And And she's the one that actually said to me that growth is hard. Like, don't forget, growth is hard. And I was like, she's absolutely right. This is just a growth thing, which is now that I can look at it from that perspective, actually growth makes me very excited. I love growth. I love change. I love growth. But it doesn't negate the fact that it still sucks and it's still hard to go through. So, you know what? I decided I had enough of growth for the day. I spent quite a few hours growing. It was horrible, but I got through it. And now I can walk away from it. And I'm going to come back to it another day. I'm not done. I'm absolutely not done with this. There's probably more growth that's going to come from this. And maybe at some point I may embrace that. It probably will not be as I'm going through it, but that's okay too. And I'm like, let's be honest, I'm not embracing any part of this as I'm going through it. But I want it to be one of those things that where I can look back and be like, wow, I did that. And this is where I'm at now. And it was all worth it. And I know that day is coming. But between where I am now and getting to that point, it's going to suck a little bit. And like I said, I've learned to embrace that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you back here next time.